Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to connect the dots between that phone in your pocket, an invisible network it's creating all around us, and a financial playbook that's been running for over a century. So, think about your phone for a minute. You think it's there to connect you to the world, right? But what if I told you that its most important job has nothing to do with you? What if I told you that you're not actually the customer here? You and your phone are the infrastructure. See, this infrastructure is built on something called a Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE mesh network. You've got companies like Apple, Google, and Amazon who have basically turned all of our devices into a giant, silent, chattering web. It's the secret sauce that makes things like AirTags work, letting you find your keys even when they're totally offline. And here is the really wild part. Your device is doing this constantly. Right now, as you're listening to this, your phone is probably pinging out a little trackable radio signal every 10 or 15 seconds. You don't turn it on, you don't turn it off, it's just happening. A constant broadcast of where you are. Now, don't get this confused with the Bluetooth you use for your earbuds. That's Bluetooth Classic. It's pretty weak, only works for about 15 feet. Bluetooth Low Energy is a completely different animal. It's a fire and forget technology. It just sends out these tiny, super efficient bursts that can travel up to 200 meters, all without draining your battery. So let's talk about turning the tables, because when you have billions of devices all quietly broadcasting their location for our convenience, a simple little feature can become an incredibly powerful surveillance tool. And the precision is, well, it's stunning. We're not talking general vicinity here, because these signals carry location data. A single nearby phone can tell which room of a house you're in. It can be used to follow you from a block away, map your entire path through an office building. It can even identify exactly who you're standing next to and having a conversation with. But here's the twist. This isn't a one-way street. Once you understand that this invisible field of data is all around you, you can learn to see it. You can actually flip the script. You can use these exact same signals for counter-surveillance to see who might be trying to track you. You can become the tracker. All right, so let's get into the grand design. Because honestly, finding a lost AirTag is just the proof of concept. That's the beta test. The real goal here is much, much bigger. We are moving from a world of finding your keys to a world of tracking and tokenizing absolutely everything. And the master key to this entire system is the idea of a universal digital ID. And no, this is not just another password for a website. We're talking about a single unified credential for your entire life. Accessing your healthcare, using your phone, posting on social media, eventually even using your smart fridge. It's the key to a completely integrated and completely monitored life. And believe me, this isn't some fringe conspiracy theory. You have major players, people like Larry Fink, saying it right out in the open. The vision is crystal clear. Everything is going onto a single, universal digital ledger, and every single thing on that ledger gets its own unique tracking number. This is what's known as the tokenization agenda. It's the grand project to turn every single asset you can imagine into a tradable digital token on a blockchain. We're talking about real estate, sure, gold, Bitcoin, of course, but it goes way beyond that. They're talking about tokenizing the natural world itself. There are actual, real plans to chop up the Amazon rainforest into a digital commodity, where every acre is a token tracked by drones. The entire world becomes a financial asset. So, a plan for total, tokenized control of planet Earth. It sounds brand new and crazy, right? Well, it's not. The technology might be new, but the playbook is a classic. It's a very old story about centralizing control to pull off massive transfers of wealth. And trust me, it has been run before. Let's do a quick history lesson. Andrew Jackson gets rid of the central bank in 1836. It takes the financial elites about 70 years to get it back. In 1910, they hold a top-secret meeting on a place called Jekyll Island, you can't make this stuff up, and in 1913, the Federal Reserve Act is passed. A private group of bankers is now in charge of the nation's money. Then, in 1933, they pulled off their masterstroke, Executive Order 6102. Under this new law, every American citizen was forced, under penalty of prison time, to hand over all of their gold to the Federal Reserve. Coins, bullion, you name it. In exchange, they got paper money at a rate of $20.67 an ounce. A fair trade, they were told, all for the good of the nation. So the government finishes collecting everyone's gold. And what happens the moment that exchange period is over? Well, funny you should ask. They immediately set the new official price of gold at $35 an ounce. You see what happened there? In one single brilliant move, the
the financial establishment instantly made a nearly 70% profit. It was a direct, systematic transfer of wealth from the pockets of regular people straight to the government and its banking partners. It was one of the biggest heists in modern history, all done in the name of economic stability.
And who were the architects of this brilliant system? The usual suspects. We're talking the titans of finance: J.P. Morgan, the Rockefellers, the Warburgs, the Rothschilds, and the Schiff family. These are the folks who met in secret to design a system that would give them control over the nation's money, a control that you could argue they still have today. And that brings us to the enduring pattern. Because when you look at this big push for digital IDs and tokenizing every asset today, you start to see it, don't you? The technology is slick and new, but the fundamental game of control, it's exactly the same. And look, being worried about this isn't some fringe idea. This is President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a five-star general, in his farewell address to the nation, warning everyone about the unwarranted influence of the military-industrial complex. He saw the pattern taking shape way back then. And the patterns are always the same. First, private interests get to shape public policy. Second, you sell the new system of control as a public benefit. It's for your convenience, your safety. Third, you roll it out slowly, piece by piece, so people don't really notice what's happening. And the end result is always the same. Wealth and power get sucked away from the public and concentrated into the hands of a very small group. The comparison is just so direct. In 1933, they centralized one physical asset, gold, to transfer control. Today, the plan is to centralize every asset on a digital ledger, controlled by a digital ID, to accomplish the exact same thing, total control. The playbook hasn't changed one bit. And that's the ultimate irony, isn't it? These systems of control, in 1933 or today, are always sold to us with these glowing promises of progress and security. They're framed as these brilliant moves to protect our way of life, all for the benefit of everyone. The technology is always evolving. We go from paper money to blockchain, from bank vaults to digital wallets. But when you step back and look at the pattern, you just have to ask yourself, has the fundamental game of centralizing power and control ever really changed at all?